I'm sitting with Charlie Penner, Regional Director of the Small Business and Technology Development Center. Charlie, what is the Small Business and Technology Development Center? What do you do?
Well, Bud, we're an SBA partner program around the state, and there's counterparts around the country who exist to serve and support small businesses of all types. We provide free confidential counseling to the business owners. We have some training programs that we run. We have some research capabilities that we offer, and do a lot of advocacy, network building, introducing people, and really just helping bring them to the resources that they need for their businesses.
Give us an idea about some of the financial resources that are out there and some of the issues that people face in financing their businesses.
Okay, well, sure. I guess the first thing, is maybe obvious, is different kinds of businesses require different amounts of financing, and whatever you're doing, you'll need to bring some of your own financing to it. The two main forms of financing are debt and equity.
Okay.
And so you need to think about which of those you're offering to your investors or your partners. And real simply, debt is money that is lent to you that you're responsible for paying back, whether the business is successful or not. You've come to terms, I'm going to pay you 10% a year, and if I make $1 million or lose everything, you're still entitled to your 10% a year. Whereas equity is you become a partner in the business and you share the risk with me.
Okay.
So if the business does really well, in theory, you'll do really well, and if it doesn't, then you're out as well as I am.
Okay.
So very different risk profiles and different arrangements all around for those two types of things. Now, where it gets a little bit tricky is with the friends and family situation.
Okay.
Where in most cases what we've seen, someone will go to a friend or relative and say, I need $20,000 to start my business. And they say, I believe in you, I believe in what you're trying to do, here you go. Well, is that a loan? Is that an investment? If it's an investment, how much of the business did they get for that?
Right.
If it's a loan, how is it documented so that the IRS doesn't think that it's a gift?
Right.
So all of those kinds of things just are really important to be to have done right and to think them through carefully.
Okay.
And
Now,
so sometimes people will think that they're entitled to some of your profits,
Right.
whereas you think you're just going to pay them back. There's other questions, or that you've gone out of business and they were sharing the risk with you and they've lost as well as you have, and they think you're still going to pay them back. Other issues with that are around the timing. So often as your business becomes successful, your uncle decides that he'd like his money back now. He got you started and you're growing and life is good, so maybe you can pay him back, whereas you're thinking you're trying to grow the business, you want to be putting more money back into it, not taking it out.
What kind of services are available? So somebody's thinking about doing a friends and family deal. How do they figure out how to do that? Do you instruct people how to do that, or?
We can help them with that, and there are some new resources. Virgin Money is one that we found recently that Richard Branson has put out, where a lot of the paperwork is collected for you so that you've got some kind of a legal agreement that you can use with your uncle to document what you've done. We certainly recommend everybody use an attorney.
Okay.
When they do something like this. It's really worth a little bit up front to have that clear understanding and have it all agreed upon. Often people are so eager to get the money that they assume that it'll all work out great.
Right.
And that's what you hope for. But if it doesn't work out great, you still want to be able to have Thanksgiving dinner with everybody.
Right. Everybody's understood up front.
Have it be understood. So we can help with that. If your friend or relative is in a position to finance, they may have some of their own resources. It may be something that they've done, previously, or they have their own attorney that they can be working with.
Right.
It's certainly important that both sides get counsel so that they're working on a level playing field, things like that. And then it's really a matter of, what is this what are we really trying to do? If it's an equity investment, one of the hardest things is valuing the company.
Right.
and the potential for the company. So I gave you $100,000. Do I get 1% for that? Do I get 10%? How do you know?
Do I get 90%?
90%?
Right.
So all of those things need to be figured out.